Flagstaff citizens are concerned about the debt ceiling of the United States. More details coming up.
Sacred pieces from the Hopi tribe have found their way home from Europe.
After the earthquake, I think Haiti, it fell down.
And more on how these two women came to the U.S. for a better life.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Jan Petrie.
And I'm student anchor Colleen Sikora. Thanks for joining us. Well, with the federal government still in shutdown, many Flagstaff citizens are concerned for our nation's budget plans.
Christian Bach of NAZ Today hit the streets of Flagstaff to get locals' thoughts on the national debt ceiling.
The 17th marks the final day for Congress to make a decision to raise the debt ceiling. If they can't agree on a solution, the United States will default on their loans. NAZ Today visited downtown Flagstaff to receive local thoughts about this situation.
And that John Boehner would do a little bit more cooperation with the government, but we don't want to default, that's for sure.
Look at our politicians in terms of why they don't represent the people and represent corporations instead.
Yeah, big banks need to figure something out, to manage their money better.
It's just, it's a payback, I think, for the country because we've treated our own government employees so poorly.
Then we asked the same individuals if they believe that Congress will reach a decision by the 17th. The answers we received varied in numerous ways.
I'm optimistic that they're going to do it.
If their corporate interests prompt them to, I think they probably will.
I think they're all a little too obstinate to maybe, come to some agreement, so really probably not. If it does, I guess it's probably going to come down to the last minute is what I'd say. So.
I don't think so. I think they want to play this to the hilt.
With the 17th quickly approaching, America can only hope Congress can reach a decision. For NAZ Today, I'm Christian Bach with videographer Tyler Whitman.
The beginning of the government shutdown last week caused all national parks and monuments to close.
And this has left tourists in the Flagstaff area looking for new places to visit in northern Arizona. NAZ Today's Xavier Sumners has more.
With the government shutdown still in effect, northern Arizona's most popular tourist attraction, the Grand Canyon, remains closed. Tourists are now finding new things to do in the Flagstaff area thanks to the Convention and Visitors Bureau staff at the Flagstaff Visitor Center. Director for the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Heidi Hansen, says the Flagstaff Visitor Center sees about 500 guests per day. This is more than double since the shutdown last week. Tourists can stop by the Flagstaff Visitor Center Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information on other area attractions, you can visit flagstaffarizona.org.
In government shutdown news, Tuesday afternoon, citizens plan to protest at the gates of the Grand Canyon. South Rim business owners, the state of Arizona, and people working in the town of Tucson want the government to open the national park. To date, the town appropriated $2,000, and businesses have pledged another $150,000 to fund a partial opening of the Grand Canyon National Park during the government shutdown. NAZ Today will send a crew to the Grand Canyon tomorrow and will bring you that report.
And in other shutdown news, river permit holders who were not allowed to go down the Colorado River will be able to get their money back and reschedule a new trip. Adventurers will have their choice of dates through 2016. Once the park reopens, river runners will have 60 days to submit their request. Now, this is the second time the Grand Canyon National Park has shut down. The first closure happened 91 years ago.
And the 4 victims from the plane crash in northern Arizona near Paulden have been identified. The 2 couples are Mike and Joy Hughes, who have homes in Paulden and a suburb of Denver, and James Parrish, the owner of the aircraft, and his wife Lisa, who are from Texas. The couples were flying from Bullhead City when the plane went down in Paulden, and authorities say it will take weeks to confirm the identification of the victims. The National Transportation Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration are investigating the cause of the fiery crash.
2 sacred pieces belonging to the Hopi tribe have made a journey from Paris to the reservation. NAZ Today's Emily Kane spoke with tribal members about the significance of these items.
3 sacred pieces auctioned as art have been returned to the Hopi tribe in northern Arizona. Dozens of Native American tribal pieces were controversially sold at a Paris art exhibit. The Hopis consider these items representatives of their dead ancestors and not as pieces of art. The selling of such sacred items is extremely inappropriate with Hopi traditions and beliefs.
These objects have an intrinsic life about them that is not to be sold, that need to be living where these things were created and are used.
There is a resolution in place that deals with the repatriation of sacred objects on an international level. This United Nations declaration was argued but not enforced in the Paris auctions.
So I think it's a matter of people who don't understand what these things actually represent and symbolize.
The New York art dealer realized the sacredness of the pieces he bought and donated them to the Hopi tribe in northern Arizona last summer.
This return to the proper placement on Hopi is addressing the recentering of the universe, of the earth and all life forms upon it.
Bob Lomodefki is among many Hopis that are relieved and thankful for the rightful return of these sacred pieces that they refer to as friends.
These items have transcended time.
The Native American people are hopeful that all 70 pieces will be returned to their rightful homes. For NAZ Today, I'm Emily Kane.
Native Americans will continue to advocate the enforcement of the UN resolution. For now, the Hopi tribe is grateful the 3 sacred pieces have been returned.
They're not human or superheroes. We'll tell you what furry 4-legged animal helps fight crime.
And see how the government shutdown did not stop war veterans from visiting the World War II.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Monday show. Something actually different out there today. Clouds. We haven't had them around here in a couple of weeks. Here's a look at it on the satellite. It's all high cloud cover. You may have heard about a storm system and big changes in the forecast this week. Well, this has nothing to do with it. We have some very nice weather in the forecast before it looks like we may have our first snowfall here in Flagstaff in the forecast this week. We're going to talk about it coming right up.
Hi, I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. To make room for the 2014 models, we're clearing the lot, and that means great deals for you on our 2013s. Right now, you'll find rebates up to $10,000 on select Chevrolet models. Choose from a full line of vehicles, including the totally redesigned 2014 Silverado 1500. You can always count on our same relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Welcome back. As Haiti still recovers from the massive earthquake back in 2010, 2 women now find themselves here in Flagstaff attending NAU. NAZ Today sat down with the 2 students to talk about the earthquake as well as their time at NAU.
After the earthquake, I think Haiti It's fall down. No more Haiti.
Bebe and Nerlon, two women from Haiti, have the opportunity to study at NAU.
My favorite part to be at NAU is study with different people. So I'm talking about the diversity, and it's make me comfortable and I can learn.
After the earthquake, I think Haiti, it's fall down. No more Haiti.
Bebe and Nerlon, two women from Haiti, have the opportunity to study at NAU.
My favorite part to be at NAU is study with different people. So I'm talking about the diversity, and it's make me comfortable and I can learn from other people.
It's very helpful to be at NAU. It's helped me to be better in my English, and it's helped me know more about people all over the world.
Bebe and Nerlon tell us about their journey to Flagstaff and their recollections of the 2010 earthquake.
It was very crazy. I think it was the end. Afternoon, I think, and everybody doing their thing. Study, watching TV, play, and when this thing happened, we all begin one. Something you will never forget.
I think to come here, it's a sacrifice because we leave family, friends, but I should be happy because I think I'm lucky.
Thousands of people remain off the job as the government shutdown goes into its second week. That means not only are many federal agencies and tourist attractions across the country closed, but many people aren't getting paid. The shutdown affects many of us, and already people are feeling the stress. Is there a way to deal with the pressures? Here's Chelsea Mailing with today's Health Minute.
National parks closed, federal agencies not open, and what's worse, thousands of people are not getting paychecks. With everything else that's going on in this world, we are a stressed nation, and that's not good for our health. But there are ways to cope. Experts recommend you stay with the schedule. Remain active, get exercise, eat well, and don't sit around thinking of things that may or may not happen. Also, add to your routine. Do something you've really wanted to try and haven't had time to do. If your stress is over money, take this break to really look at your finances and put together a family budget. Look at how you can save money should this ever happen again. For today's Health Minute, I'm Chelsea Mailing.
And coming up, today was a nice warm fall autumn day, but it looks like big changes are in store. Meteorologist Borne will have your forecast coming up.
And the Suns were in Flagstaff, and they had their first scrimmage over the weekend, so we have all the details after the break.
I was an ordinary guy, but I switched to Suddenlink's new internet, and now I can't stop being awesome, because it's the fastest in town. Downloads, uploads, any kind of load, everything just flows at speeds 13 times faster than phone company DSL. Even when the whole family is online, there's no buffering. With DSL, we were suffering. Yep, anything the phone company can do, I can do faster. Now that I have the next big thing from Suddenlink. Now that I have a house full of easy.
Hi, I'm Lee from the Ski House in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I'd like to show you a little bit of our ski store. We've got the newest products for 2013 from Line, Armada, Rossignol, Scott, Marker, Full Tilt, and many others. If you see something on our wall and you want to try it, take part of our demo program. We have hundreds of demo skis you can try before you buy for as low as $45 a day. So come on up to Flagstaff when you're going out to the Arizona Snow Bowl, and you can be as stylish as our model Holly. She's got some of the latest helmets from Borne, Spy, Nomis, and pants from Sessions. Not just stylish, but also technical. Ski House, we got you covered, any budget.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today, I'm just an aluminum can, but one day, I could be a stadium.
All right, some cloud cover out there today. Did a little something to my psyche. Feels a little bit more like fall out there than it has with all the clear skies over the last couple weeks, although the temperature is very mild out there for this time of year. 70 degrees are high today, cold early morning low at 27 degrees, so we're a little bit above normal for our daytime high, a little bit below average on our early morning low temperature. Some high clouds rolling across the sky, just being drawn in off the Pacific Ocean. Here they are. Here we are in Flagstaff. Notice the back edge of these are just off to our west, entering Arizona. And I think as we make our way through the night, as we get towards morning, we'll be on the back edge of these, and we'll have another sunny, very pleasant day in store for us as we get into Tuesday. Things all start to change Wednesday. So in the meantime, we get into tomorrow. We're out of these clouds. I think we're a mostly sunny day, another very mild day on Tuesday, although the wind is going to start to increase during the day. I think we're in for a breezy afternoon. And this is the area of low pressure that we're keeping our eye on. You really can't tell right now. It's way up here in British Columbia, but by tomorrow, an area of low pressure that is up in Canada will start to develop over the Pacific Northwest region, and that will begin to move in on Wednesday. Let me just take this step by step. Tomorrow, it's in the Pacific Northwest. We're a little breezy. We're still very nice. On Wednesday, this area of low pressure really intensifies and moves right down the California coast, and it's off Southern California on Wednesday. Wednesday looks to be a very windy day as the storm system approaches us, and it intensifies. We'll probably see winds gusting up around 40, maybe even 50 miles per hour. Temperature's still a little bit on the mild side, but it'll be kind of a rough day with all the wind. And then late Wednesday night, right around midnight for us here in Flagstaff, it looks like when the storm system moves in, this one is going to have some moisture. It seems like we've had at least one fall storm system per week since fall began. This one, the first one that actually taps into some decent moisture off the Pacific, and it looks like we'll have some rain and even some snow Wednesday late night into early Thursday. It gets out of here pretty quick on Thursday, but it'll be chilly behind the storm system. So how does this look? It looks like probably snow levels getting down around 6,000 feet, maybe even a couple inches in town for us here in Flagstaff, up to 6 inches up on the San Francisco peaks. Lower elevations below 6,000 feet. Overnight Wednesday and Thursday, a little bit of rain with this storm system. Chilly Thursday with a gradual climb out of chilly temperatures here as we get into the end of the week and the weekend. Currently outside, mostly cloudy for everybody. 60 at the Canyon. It's 57 here in Flagstaff and 69 degrees in Prescott. Overnight tonight, we'll go with mostly cloudy skies, clearing by morning. 36 degrees forecast to be our early morning low. Quite a bit more mild than last night. That's due to the cloud cover, keeping us insulated a little bit. 65 degrees tomorrow. Not as warm as today. Increasing breeze throughout the day for us on Tuesday. Statewide temperatures out there tomorrow. 79 in Sedona, 74 in Prescott, still in the 90s down across the desert, 76 degrees in Winslow. The extended forecast for us here. As we mentioned, we're all working up to this storm system Wednesday. We're quite a bit cooler, we're quite a bit windy, and then it looks like we get a little bit of snow, I think, really overnight it looks like for us in Flagstaff as we make our way into Thursday morning with a few snow showers possibly lingering into the day on Thursday.
Well, snow sounds pretty exciting for a lot of us here in the Northland, but Tressa, you got some exciting sports coming up too?
Yes, a lot of exciting sports. Again, a busy weekend. I'll have all that for you when we come back.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet.
50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me. What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates? Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Let's start out on the court. The Phoenix Suns finished training camp this weekend and gave their Flagstaff fans a treat with a free scrimmage game.
2004, the Suns were here, 7,000 feet above sea level, preparing for the NBA season. Phoenix put on a show and gave their fans a taste of what to expect in the upcoming season. Over 4,000 people came, and not to mention the Suns Spirit Squad and, of course, the Gorilla. Archie Goodwin and Alex Len both looked like they belonged in their first Suns training camp, but the new pick from the Pacers, Miles Plumlee, who came to the Suns in exchange for Luis Scola, rallied the crowd. Whoa, hold up, rewind that back. Miles Plumlee slam dunks that into the net, one arm, no mercy.
Yeah, that play by Plumlee was just too ridiculous not to see again. The Suns host Israel tonight at U.S. Airways in a preseason game. Out on the football field, the Cocoa Panthers hosted the Bradshaw Mountain Bears for homecoming. The 37th ranked Panthers outscored the number 11 Bears 20-7 by the fourth quarter. Senior running back Austin Hare had the touchdown of the night with a 74-yard run. The two battled all game, and Bradshaw turned the ball over on 2 fumbles and a pick. This homecoming wouldn't have the happy fairy tale ending, as the Bears would win 43-20. Coconino is on the road next week playing the Prescott Badgers. On a better note, the Flagstaff Eagles robbed the Mingus Marauders of their homecoming game, winning 24-14. Not only that, this was the first time since 2005 the Eagles beat Mingus. Quarterback Kyle Wilson led the offense, going 14 for 29, 231 yards and 2 touchdowns. The defense held Mingus to only 134 measly yards. Flagstaff travels to play Bradshaw Mountain on Friday. After a monumental win over the Montana Grizzlies at home, the Montana State and NAU game was won from a different playbook. The Bobcats scored on a pass with 10 minutes left in the first quarter and held the lead all game. The Jacks' only touchdown came off of a pick by Austin Haskett in the third for NAU's 4th pick 6 of the season. Zach Bowman had nowhere to run, and the Bobcats held him to 26 yards. NAU is on the road this Saturday against Sacramento State. Over on the soccer field, the NAU Lumberjacks hosted the defending Big Sky champions Idaho State in their first conference match of the season. The Bengals got on the scoreboard first in the 28th minute, but the Jacks came back once late in the first half from freshman Haley Wingunder, and again with 5 minutes left, and sophomore Sierra Gamble with the second goal. The Jacks take this one 2-1. But on Sunday, this was a different match, this time against Weber State. The Lumberjacks again trailing in the first half after a Wildcat goal in the 32nd minute. But 30 minutes later, and sophomore Emily Waddell scored her first career goal to tie the game. But Weber State again, less than 10 minutes later, came back and scored to take the lead and win 2-1. NAU heads out to Sacramento State and Portland State this weekend. Out on the court, the Lady Jacks volleyball team handed Portland State their first Big Sky loss of the season in a 3-set sweep. Junior Cindy Kemper went off, recording her second double-double of her career, 14 kills and a career-best 11 digs, making her Big Sky's Player of the Week. The Jacks doubled the Vikings in digs and hitting percentage and sprinkled on 3 more kills. This was the second time in 16 matches that NAU topped Portland State on Saturday. On a different note, NAU swept Eastern Washington in 3 sets. The Jacks' hitting percentage at .284 left the Eagles embarrassed at a negative .010. NAU is second in the Big Sky with a 5-1 conference record. The Lady Panthers volleyball team hosted Fountain Hills, and things started going Coconino's way in the second set. After losing by 2 in the first, the Panthers snatched the second and third sets at 2 points apiece. By the fourth set, Fountain Hills was not coming back and lost the set 25-12. Coconino wins 3-1 in 4 sets. Their next game is tomorrow on the road against Blue Ridge. In the NFL, the Arizona Cardinals hosted the Carolina Panthers this weekend in Week 5. Let's head into that game. Larry Fitzgerald hanging out, looking to stay undefeated at home. Third quarter, Carolina's 1st and 15, trailing by 4 in their end zone, and down goes Cam Newton by Arizona's Calais Campbell. The Cards with the safety, 12-6 now. Fourth quarter, Carolina 3rd and 3, down by 6, and Newton picked off by Daryl Washington. He'll grab some yards. Newton with 3 picks in this game, not looking too good. Still in the fourth, Panthers on 2nd and 10, down by 9. Newton pressured by the big bad Arizona defense. And out goes the ball into the hands of Antoine Cason, who takes it all the way to the 9-yard line. Arizona now 3rd and goal. Palmer looking and connects with Jim Dre for 6 more. Cardinals with the touchdown. Newton on the bench where he belongs. Arizona's defense wins this one 22-6. A lot of sports going on.
It was a big weekend for sports, for sure. That was a lot of exciting action for her. Well, we've got more coming up for you. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, folks. Out there, another gorgeous fall day tomorrow. 65 degrees, mostly sunny. Very windy on Wednesday. Approaching storm system moves in right around midnight Wednesday into Thursday morning. A little bit of snow possible for us here in Flagstaff. Rain at the lower elevations. We could even see some thunder snow. Chilly out there on Thursday. Cool temperatures continue, but start to moderate into the weekend.
Very cool. Well, a New York man took top honors this weekend for growing the Long Island's largest pumpkin ever. The ginormous gourd tips the scales at 1,456 pounds. And believe it or not, it is not the biggest pumpkin that's ever been grown. It's actually, the whole record is 1 ton. I think that's quite the largest pumpkin I've ever seen. For sure.
It's like the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. I can't believe it's time to already talk pumpkins again. I feel like we're always talking about the largest pumpkin story, but that's once a year, and it just comes back around like that.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing. It's fall. This is Halloween. We're going to have snow, and I can definitely remember Halloweens with snow.
Yep, me too, for sure. Halloween without snow is a bad omen here in Flagstaff. But I mean, usually it's just a little bit in town, but certainly some on the peaks by Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We'll see how it goes. Well, thank you for joining us here tonight. We'll be back with that story from the Grand Canyon tomorrow. Take care and have a great evening.